and Gabriel Ruelas. And as you can see, they weighed in at 130. They were utterly dried out. I mean, absolutely gaunt. Tonight, Gatti steps on the scales at 146, a little more than 24 hours later, and Ruelas at 145. They are even in reach. They're virtually even in height, although the tail of the tape shows the 2-inch advantage for Gatti, and there's a 2-year age advantage in Arturo's favor as well, although Ruelas would say his experience can't match mine. Punch stat numbers, Larry.
Here we see that Gatti is a little bit more active, a little bit more accurate. Ruelas is an outstanding body puncher. And Gatti has the much more effective jab. This is the punch he expects to control the fight with. Ruelas is a hooking fighter, seldom throws straight punches.
Rules of the bout with the fight judge and pharmacist, Harold Letterman.
The Arturo Gatti Gabriel Ruelas fight is scheduled for 12 rounds. There is no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight, and you cannot be saved by the bell in any round, including the 12th and final round. Jim.
Thank you, Harold. Take it away, Michael Buffer.
System are Robert Gonzalez, William James, and John Stewart. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Benji Esteves. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Caesars Atlantic City, 12 rounds of boxing for the IBF Junior Lightweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white, trimmed with blue, and weighing in at 130 pounds. His professional record, 44 victories with only 3 losses. He has 23 knockouts to his credit. From Sylmar, California, introducing the challenger, former WBC super featherweight champion of the world, Gabriel Ruelas. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white, trimmed with blue, also weighing 130 pounds. His professional record, in 29 bouts, he has 28 victories, 23 by knockout with only 1 loss. Ladies and gentlemen, from Jersey City, New Jersey, presenting the IBF Junior Lightweight Champion of the World, Arturo Gatti.
Okay, again, man, protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Give me a nice, clean one. May the best man win. Touch up. Good luck to both of you.
I recall that in the rematch with Tracy Patterson, Gatti was hit a body punch that took the wind out of him and knocked him down. In the second round, if my memory is correct, it was ruled a low punch. You can be sure that Ruelas has watched that and will be looking to land some body punches here.
Ruelas, an effective weakness. It's his tendency to wing shots from the outside and leave himself open up the middle. Gatti is another fighter who gets hit. In fact, this is exciting because they're both terrific young men, and they are high-contact fighters who hit and get hit.
2 throwback fighters, like you said. Both of these guys remind me of old fighters. And the biggest thing that reminds me of old fighters is how they make the sacrifice to come far, far, far lower than what their normal weight is to have this advantage when they come in the ring to fight. They've gained 15 and 15.5 pounds over 24 hours. That's a sacrifice.
Ruelas starts out winging from the outside, and referee Benji Esteves says, Gabe, keep him up. Gatti landed a couple of jabs early.
Arturo Gatti looks like a full-fledged junior welter or welterweight here tonight.
A lot of people believe this will be Gatti's last fight at 130. The inevitable move to 135 perhaps coming next. Angel Manfredi, who would love to fight Gatti next if Gatti's able to win here, would love to fight him at 130. The word is that Gatti will insist Manfredi comes up to 135. Both fighters have made a couple of statements here in the first round. Ruelas lands 2 right hands upstairs. Gatti comes back with a solid right of his own over the top. Watch out for Arturo Gatti's left hook when Ruelas gets in close.
I don't think Ruelas really can hurt Gatti at this point, but I know Gatti can hurt Ruelas.
Gabe believes, on the other hand, that he's the better defender.
And he could be the better defender, but he's definitely not the stronger puncher.
Ruelas with only 23 knockouts in his 44 fights. Gatti has that many in 29 fights. Left hook to the body by Gatti. Ruelas missing upstairs, and there you see what Gabe means about being the better defender, as he made Gatti miss twice close in.
3 times. He's landing clear shots on Gatti, but they seem to have no effect whatsoever on Gatti.
Gatti looks strong. Quickly, we come back to live action between Gabriel Ruelas and Arturo Gatti. As you heard that discussion of rules in Galata's dressing room, it's worth noting that in an effort to draw some of the attention away from Galata's low blow foul problem, Lou Duba has been harping for days on what he sees as Lennox Lewis's tendency to hold fighters and rabbit punch them. Ruelas landing a quick left hook inside. Gatti hasn't really established combinations yet. Missing with the jab there. Now Gatti begins to land the jab. Ruelas has been slipping it fairly effectively up to this point. Little short right hand landed inside for Ruelas. And an uppercut for Ruelas. Left hook banged against Gatti's right glove.
I think Ruelas is landing some pretty effective punches in there, whether he's winning the rounds or not right now. And with the history of Gatti of his face blowing up, it could tell as the fight goes on.
Actually, Ruelas may be winning these rounds. He's landing a great number of punches here.
Larry referred to Gatti's tendency to swell around the eyes. In at least 2 of his bouts, he swelled up within the first 2 or 3 rounds. Notably the Wilson Rodriguez fight, of course, when he had to come back blind to win with that sensational left hook shot.
Yeah, and Gabe is landing a number of punches here on Gatti this early.
Gatti landing 2 right hands over the top as Ruelas left himself open while searching for the body. Quick left hook inside by Gatti.
And I think that punch may have hurt Gabriel as bad. I think Gabe is truly hurt right now.
The left hook landed on the point of the chin. Now Ruelas allows one to wander low, and the right hand lands for Gatti.
One thing too, Jim, the big weight difference has these guys looking like welterweights or even middleweights. They're much slower than the normal 130-pound fighters because of the big increase in weight.
Ruelas has been flat-footed and slow ever since Gatti caught him inside with that left hook, and referee Benji Esteves is not going to rule this a knockdown. This is a slip. See if Ruelas can regain his foot movements as Gatti starts to go to the body with the right hand. Left hook lands for Ruelas, and another one for Gabe. But as round 2 comes to a close, Ruelas is standing still in the corner, and he smiles at Esteves as Gatti lands what Ruelas said was a low blow.
I'll take a little rinse right now. You got to keep that right hand up more. I do not want to see you get hit with my fucking hook again. Okay. Now look, you're getting to him good. You got to shorten up on your punches. Take your time. Don't get in a brawl with them there. Just be smart and don't sit on the ropes. Don't let him pin you on the ropes. I want you to turn off now. We've been working on that a long time, not sitting on the ropes.
Don't start in the top and stay low. Okay? Stay low. Beautiful. You don't want no more. You start pulling back already.
Here we see Gatti landing his best punches in the first 2 rounds. A big right hand that Ruelas comes back from at the cost of another left hand that is just as devastating.
That shows the strength in Ruelas' chin.
Yeah, both guys are landing heavy stuff, Roy, and both are taking it so far.
Ruelas relying almost exclusively on power shots, as is his habit. He's thrown 98 of them in the first 2 rounds and landed 37, but Gatti is landing more than half of his power shots, and that uppercut grazes the front of Ruelas' face. Gabe starting to wing wider and wider with those shots, and as he allows his arms to drift to the outside, that'll make more and more opportunities for Gatti to come up the middle with the jab and the left hook.
Yeah, but I'm noticing already that there may be a slight swelling under the left eye of Gatti.
Well, he starts to swell when he gets up in the morning.
Yeah, but I don't want to be here if I'm him in the 9th, 10th, and 11th rounds if he's swelled up, because Ruelas is very strong. He's in obviously excellent condition.
And he seems very confident.
Sharp jab by Gatti. Uppercut for Ruelas. Just a grazing punch. Gatti with a right hand lead. Ruelas getting to the body momentarily. But both fighters' punch output slowing down a little bit here in the 3rd round after the furious action in round 2.
I'm sure to pick back up soon. Gabe is not pushing the issue like as much as he was in the 1st and 2nd round either. That's why it's slowed a little bit. Because now Gatti is dictating the pace of the fight with his jab. I don't know if Gabe's tired or if he's just taking a little time off. Oh, good shot by Gabe. Or he may just be taking a little time off.
And waiting for Gatti to come to him as he did to accept that left hook shot.
Come on now.
Chopping right hand by Ruelas, and then a bad low blow.
Next one's gonna cost you. Keep him up, all right? Let's go.
You heard the referee say one more, and it will cost him a point.
So the first official warning to Ruelas for low blows.
Come on, keep it clean, guys. Keep it clean.
Another chopping right hand lands inside for Gabe.
And you know he didn't mean to do it. It's just that he throws such wide punches sometimes. And the guy's bending over, so it's harder for him to control where that punch is going to land.
Right hand to the chest by Gatti. Ruelas smiles at him. Usually the bravado of the smile is false. Round 3 comes to a close. And we talked to you about the problem of swelling eyes for Arturo Gatti. It's something that has haunted him in the recent fights in his career. In a moment, we're going to show you a look at how Gatti looked in the late rounds of his first fight, November of 1995 against Tracy Harris Patterson. You can see how badly the left eye swelled in that fight. And then, just a little bit more than 3 months later, when he fought against Wilson Rodriguez in Madison Square Garden, that's the way he looked in the 2nd round. And we think that this normally happens when he has to lose a lot of weight, struggle to make weight at 130 pounds. And of course, as we mentioned, that was clearly the case here this week.
I charge extra for trips.
Don't try to knock him off. Match it over.
Sorry, Dad.
You understand?
Slide under punches. So go ahead, try to box him in a little bit more. Okay?
Seconds out, let's go. Seconds out.
Get that water
Stay
out.
right there, Papi. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there.
Those high cheekbones give Gatti his dramatic
Let's go. Seconds out.
30s movie look. In fact, in one of his better lines among many, Larry Merchant once said he looks as though he should be fighting with a fedora on his head.
Get that ice cube out of there.
And a big shoulder padded suit.
Double-breasted. I always thought that Gatti was something like a gat. You know, they used to call gats.
Good combination by Arturo Gatti.
And you see the power.
And he's got a Gatling gun in his fist.
I tell you what, Gabriel Ruelas is not backing down here. He is here to win this fight.
Gabriel Ruelas is all man. He will give it everything he's got here tonight.
And he's doing just that. If I were Arturo's corner, though, I would tell him to do just what he's doing right now. Use the jab, box, don't sit in there and take all those unnecessary shots. Outbox him with the jab. The jab is effective. It doesn't allow Gabe to land punches, and it keeps him off balance. Just jab your way to victory. Don't worry about knocking him out. Get him worked down a little bit, then try to knock him out every now and then.
Of course, Larry mentioned the misfortune that befell Ruelas when Jimmy Garcia died as the result of injuries sustained in their fight on May 6, 1995. Deeply disturbed Ruelas. He remained in contact with Garcia's family for a long time, was haunted by the loss of that opponent. And all of Gabe's family and friends are only hoping that he can somehow find the inner peace to come back to fighting freely and comfortably at the level at which he once fought. If he could do that here tonight, I think they could stand a loss just to see Gabe back at his best.
Well, I don't think he has losing in mind. He's landing a terrific flurry here the last 20 seconds.
He's having an excellent round. We've lost our clock momentarily, so I'll tell you that we're coming right up to 1 minute to go in the round right now. Left hook to the body, right to the rib cage by Gatti. Ruelas, who fought so well in the first 2 minutes of the round, now finds himself pinned and stationary against the ropes, and Gatti unloads another one of those Gatling gun left hooks.
These guys are throwing some mean punches here. Everything has bad intent written all over it.
Ruelas taking the punches and coming back to Gatti's body.
Oh,
hard shot by Ruelas.
Gatti's hurt bad.
Gatti stumbles. Ruelas with a chance. Arturo Gatti momentarily wobbly on his feet.
Oh, now he's out.
Now, but that was a great uppercut.
Yeah, he's hurt very bad. I think he's going to go down if he's not careful. Oh, good body shot by Arturo Gatti.
What a battle!
This is what makes this guy so remarkable to watch.
Don't go to war with him. Come on, leave your hand. Don't go to war with him. I know. Go, do your left, box it up. You stay in front of the guy. Don't stay in front of the guy, just move. Don't go to war with him. Come on.
Take a look and see what the punches that did the damage to Gatti, and it was that one right there, then a low blow, and he looks like a limp rag doll on the corner there, and somehow he is surviving this onslaught and comes back at the end of the round to let Ruelas knows he isn't going anywhere. Not yet.
Round 4, a brilliant round for Gabriel Ruelas, who landed 44 power shots in that round to 22 for Gatti. Overall, Ruelas 46 out of 88, 52% in the round. We told you you'd get your money's worth from this bout.
And Ruelas has come out like he's looking to find out how much Gatti has left and if he can get rid of him right now.
I don't know if that's a smart thing to do because he should know that Arturo keeps more than, oh, good
Battle
shot.
of uppercuts, both men landing big uppercut shots. This is a war.
An all-out war.
And it verges on becoming a war of redemption for Gabriel Ruelas. And now here comes Gatti again.
And Gabe has a mouse over his left eye, under his left eye now.
Let's go.
2 minutes left in the round. We'll keep you posted as long as our clock is temporarily out of commission. They're only 1 minute into this stanza, and it is vicious.
And Gatti has a cut under his left eye now.
Right hand bomb, and Ruelas says, hey, you can't hurt me. I'm going to hit you back.
That left uppercut is a vicious weapon for Gabriel Ruelas here tonight.
And look at the combinations from Gatti.
This is his fight. This is what makes Gatti.
Both men selling out defensively to do the damage they can do.
Ruelas looks, I don't know, a hair stronger in terms of what he's able to take. And that may get him through this.
Gatti wobbling again and badly cut under the left eye.
Oh, there are...
Low blow by Gatti. Esteves says keep him up. Right hand lands over the top.
Oh,
down goes Ruelas.
I don't think he'll make it back.
Two
but he is
big
strong.
right hand shots by Gatti. Monster shots. And a swollen Gabriel Ruelas gets up, and Esteves says no more.
Can you believe Arturo
Gatti? Oh, what a drama.
Come on, baby. Stand up.
And even though he lost, I say Gabriel Ruelas came all the way back tonight.
Yes, he did. All the way back.
You know, earlier I said the great fights of the 40s and 50s, and here we see it again with Arturo Gatti. He just seems to have a bottomless well of willpower that just can't stop it.
The sign says, hey, you can almost knock me out, but in the end, I'm going to get you. Wilson Rodriguez could tell Gabriel Ruelas a thing or two about what it feels like to have Arturo Gatti almost out of there and then feel the thunder. All right, Roy, let's take a look first at the uppercut by Gabriel Ruelas that hurt Arturo Gatti early in the round.
That was an uppercut that he was landing all night long. That's how he first hurt Gatti, and that's how he last hurt Gatti. But you have to remember, Arturo Gatti is one of the strongest punchers pound for pound in the division. There it is, right off the hook. It came right up under his left elbow, and it landed clearly.
Now let's take a look at the end of the fight and watch the right hand shots by Gatti.
Left hook, I think, is what ended it. Right there.
You're right.
Right there, and that was all she wrote.
Yep, so the two right hands, one big, one little, setting up the monster left hook.
There's the left hook, and over it is. I think the body shots are really what weakened Gabriel Ruelas, and then it was just a matter of time before Arturo caught him with a big shot. What they don't realize
Well,
is
as long as Arturo could stand up.
Yes, but Arturo wants this kind of fight. This is what makes Arturo. You have seen this over and over and over again. That's Arturo Gatti's strength, to go into battles, to come out, pull victory out of the clinches of defeat. That's his thing. Why would you go in there and swap and trade punches with a guy that can punch and that is known for the comeback victory like Arturo Gatti?
And what an effort by Gabriel Ruelas.
A strong effort, but maybe not the smartest one.
Seldom has a knockout victim been more valiant than that young man. Here's Michael Buffer with the official particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, by way of Caesars Atlantic City, referee Benji Esteves calls a halt to the bout following the knockdown. The official time, 2 minutes, 22 seconds of round number 5. The winner by knockout victory and still IBF Junior Lightweight Champion of the World, Arturo Gatti.
So another victory for Arturo Gatti. Fourth defeat in the long and colorful career of Gabriel Ruelas. And Ruelas' fans and friends can take satisfaction from the brilliant effort he put forth against a blood and guts fighter against whom even your best is not often going to be enough. Final scorecards will show you that two judges had the fight dead even, 38 apiece, going into the fifth, and one judge had Gatti ahead by 2, 39-37. And now let's go to Larry Merchant in the ring with both fighters.
All right, thank you very much, Jim, and especially I want to thank these two warriors for the show they just put on. Another easy one, Arturo.
I knew this fight would be very hard. It could have been either way. You hurt me in the fourth round. Very strong fight, and I expected this. I trained very hard, but he took a lot out of me in the beginning.
Did you think that the stoppage was justified? How hurt were you, Gabe?
I mean, I was hurt, but you know, maybe it was best for the referee to stop it. You know, maybe I could have gotten hurt. I was a little bit hurt, but you know, I could have gone on. But then, you know, then again, I could have gotten hurt really bad.
Have you fought anyone as tough as this guy before? Because you hit him with your best stuff.
Did I? No, I mean, he's a hell of a champion. I give it all to him, and I hope he keeps the title for a while. You know, but. He's a great fighter.
Do you feel finally that you gave a performance that you could be proud of for the first time in several years?
I feel I did. I don't know. I have to go and watch the fight. I mean, you know, it's not easy to give a great performance against a guy like Arturo Gatti. So, you know, I give him all the credit that he deserves, and I hope he keeps that title for a long time. You know, he's a great fighter.
Thank you, and we hope we see you again, Gabriel.
Thank you.
All right.
Congratulations.
Arturo, you've talked about fighting Angel Manfredi. He's talked about fighting you. Is that what's going to be up next?
Probably, like I said, I will fight Angel Manfredi by one way. The winner takes all, I fight him.
That's a good offer. I doubt that anybody is going to take you up on that. Jim?
All right, thanks very much. And all congratulations to Arturo Gatti for his brilliant performance in besting Gabriel Ruelas. Congratulations to Gabe, whose second child, a son, was born this past week, and I hope that ultimately he'll remember the week much more for the birth of his son than for what ultimately happened in the prize fight here tonight, although if ever there was a fight in which both men could be proud of the effort they put forth, Roy, that was it.
Nothing to be ashamed of, nothing at all to be ashamed of. In fact, he had something to be proud of. He was able to overcome that tragic event that happened to him, show that he could come back and bring himself back to championship credibility. That man gave a lot tonight. He showed what it is to be a champion, what it is to be able to come back from defeat, what it is to be able to come back from being knocked down. I love to see guys like Gabriel Ruelas in this game.
Arturo Gatti at 135 pounds, he's going to be an awfully destructive force.
Very destructive, but his only thing is that with the big weight jump, he's going to have to try to work on staying quick, being able to deal with the guys with the quicker hands, because he's heavier, he trains heavier, everything he does is going to be at a middleweight level. So he's going to have to be able to make the adjustments just as he did tonight and make it count, make it best for him, which is to make him come in, trade those big bombs that he's the best at landing, and that'll do him good.
All right, Larry Merchant, back from your discussions in the ring with both fighters, and what do you see down the road for young Gatti off of a performance like that?
Whatever he wants. He's given so many of these dramatic performances, the kind of performance that brings fans out of their seats and puts them in, more importantly, in the seats, that he can choose his way because he has the negotiating leverage. He's the guy people want to come to see, and he can set up whoever he sees in his way. But the kind of fighter he is reminds me a little bit of Meldrick Taylor in the sense that he will have 3 or 4 outstanding years. He'll thrill us all. He'll be a meteor across the sky, and then he will fade. But boy, that meteor is bright as the sun.
The big difference, of course, Meldrick didn't have the brass knuckles in his gloves that Gatti apparently carries around. Those are heavy hands. And speaking of heavy hands,